Hello and welcome to Radio Waves. I'm your host, Kris Poliquin, and this is a production of Red Apples Media. We're broadcasting out of WLBE, my 790 AM out of Leesburg, Florida. And if you're watching us on Lake Sumter Television, you're doing so on Comcast Channel 13, Bright House Spectrum 498, and CenturyLink Prism Channel 83. So today we're going to be making waves by talking with the man himself, Mr. J. Scott Berry, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce for Tavares. Scott, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, Chris. I'm thrilled to be here. I don't know about the man himself, but we'll see.
Well, myth, the man, the legend. I didn't want to go too far, but no. You're well known.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It comes from a lifetime here and a legacy here that I am trying to continue from my family and from many, many, many mentors who have gone before me, who I look up to and respect.
All right. So let's talk about the chamber. And look, well, actually, let's start by, what do you do for the chamber?
Okay.
What's the role of the executive director?
Well, the executive director is the main person who runs the Chamber of Commerce. And our Chamber of Commerce is, we are a member. Chambers are member-based organizations. We have 331 members right now, growing every single day, which is fun. Our goal is to work with and enhance and develop a strong relationship between the business community, the government, the community, residential community, and education, all for furthering Tavares and Lake County, retaining, recruiting business, and serving as an advocate. And that's where I really come into play, is I serve as an advocate for our businesses, our members, and those that are involved with the community of Tavares.
Okay, now it sounds like a challenging job, and I know that sounds like a loaded question. But when you're bringing pretty much every sub-community within a community
Absolutely.
Together to try to work.
Absolutely. It's really one of the most fun jobs I've ever had, and possibly is the most fun because I'm doing something different every day. Sometimes I'm doing something different every hour. Within the last few days, I have met with the city administrator of Tavares to talk about long-term visioning and planning. I've met to advocate for a member who is working to try to get some additional business. I have met with a new business owner who literally just opened their doors and said, here's how you promote and here's how you market, and let's schedule a grand opening and a ribbon cutting and helping them promote their business. I, this morning, went and spoke to 400 teachers at 4 different schools to promote and get them to come to our teacher appreciation luncheon that we are doing in their honor before school starts. So it's a ongoing change, and literally every hour, sometimes it's something different. And I love it. It's fun.
And it sounds like it.
It
right?
is.
It's certainly not dreary or mundane.
No, not at all. And it is not a job for somebody who is looking for the same thing 9 to 5, sit behind a desk, because that is not my job at all. There are days that I'm starting at 5, 6, and there are nights that I'm going till 9, 10, 11 o'clock. It's a fun job. I love it. I have a long history of, I was a spa owner and owned my own spa business in downtown Leesburg for 13 years. I have done lots of community work. I've been on most of the larger nonprofit boards in the county. I have been an educator. I've been a teacher. I've run theaters. So everything I've done in my 40-something years of living has
careful to date yourself.
Has really prepared me for this job. It really has been amazing for me to see that I can have an impact on so many different areas in the community. And Tavares is our base, and we are the Tavares Chamber of Commerce. But one thing is, because we are in Tavares, so we're in the city center, the county center, is that we have influence in the entire county. I have members from Claremont, Mineola. I have members from Sorrento, Leesburg, Lady Lake, Eustis, Mount Dora. We have members all over the county. We have members in Orlando, actually, who are wanting to do business in Tavares because of where the city of Tavares are and what's been happening there.
Now that's news to me. It really is. When you talk Chamber of Commerce, I initially expect local Tavares businesses.
Right.
You're talking out.
We actually have a
countywide, and Orlando. That's
absolutely
way out there.
We have a much larger footprint, And again, part of that is because we are the county seat and because of just where Tavares is located. But the other part is, and which is why I was really excited about this position when it became open 17 months ago, it has to do with who the city of Tavares has become, the way they have branded themselves, the way they have changed their town, and what they've done in the last 7 years. You walk into Tavares 7 years ago and walk in it today, and it's a whole new city, especially downtown on the waterfront. It's completely different, and they've done that in 7 years, 8 years. So everybody wants to be part of what's going on with us.
Are they done? Are they happy with the waterfront?
I mean, we are very happy, but there's not right now. We're actually in the middle of a construction phase. Ruby Street, which is the street that goes along the lake, and
Right.
most of the bars, restaurants, and stores that are lakefront are along Ruby Street. Ruby Street right now is in the middle of construction and has been, and they are doing a cutting-edge stormwater improvement construction project. It is federally funded in a large part because it is one of the first of its kind in the nation. They are fixing the stormwater runoff that goes into Lake Dora. Lake Dora is a endangered lake with the EPA. It's very bad,
Right.
and a lot of that comes from the stormwater runoff and the pollutants, and that just runs right into the lake. So we're completely changing that. We're building a park where this water will then be redone, and I can't think of the right word. And there's plants and there's bee pods and all this stuff that is going to make the water better, so that we're putting now good, clean water in the lake. While doing that, we're doing a landscaping. We're burying the utility lines. They're doing ruby red pavers, and really improving this whole street. So that's one of the things that's coming. That project will be complete before the end of the year. Look, sometime the first of next year, there will be a huge street party going from end to end that will celebrate this. A lot of things happening. But one of the things that's interesting that a lot of people don't realize is that years ago, Tavares City Council created what's called an entertainment district. So as an entertainment district, I can go into one restaurant, O'Keefe's, eat dinner, have a cocktail. Now I want to walk over to another restaurant. I can get my cocktail in a to-go container and walk down the street 7 days a week, anytime. It is always there. There is no open container law. Nobody's going to arrest me for having a cocktail as long as it's in one of the approved containers from one of our restaurants. And that has really, people go from bar to bar, from restaurant to restaurant, and they just hang out all over downtown Tavares. And that's wonderful.
It absolutely separates Tavares from everybody else.
Yes.
But why is that? How is it that Tavares versus Mount Dora or Leesburg or downtown Eustis? I mean, because I frequent all of these places. I
Right.
live in Mount Dora.
Right.
If it's not a special event, you have to finish your drink before you
Right.
leave your dinner, and that's part of an evening out. That's part of the lure of coming to Central Florida for our little town, so that people can, for lack of a better term, it's a great date night place, right? You go have dinner, and then you go have a glass of wine, watch the sunset, see the boats, the lake.
Listen to music.
Exactly.
Exactly. Nothing against these other municipalities, because I live in Leesburg and I frequent all of them also. One answer to your question is, why did this happen in Tavares, is truly our city administrator and our city council were very visionary in seeing that this is, but the other's geographical. We don't have a lot of residential. We don't have a lot of retail, of professional, of other types of businesses that could be impacted by that along that Ruby Street Road and in that entertainment district. We have some, and they're very good, and they're happy to be in the entertainment district, and they get business
Right.
by being there. But the main thing is the entertainment district, so that you're not interfering and it's safe. And that's how, so geographically, it's only like 4 or 5 blocks long.
Yeah, it's not much,
right,
but it's
and only
awesome.
a couple of blocks over. So it's a very small area, so that it is contained and controlled, where a lot of the other cities just don't have that geographical area that they could do that. And we're also lakefront, which again, those cities are not quite, they have big parks or they have other things, or it's too hard to get to the lake, or the lake is covered by houses. And we actually have this whole open area to the lake, which also builds that. So that's, I think, why. I'm just happy to be there and to take advantage of it.
Of course.
And have fun in my city.
Yeah, and it certainly separates Tavares from other
It does.
places.
It does.
So, what are the benefits if you're a new business out there right
To
now?
be in the chamber?
To be in the chamber. Why
Great question.
should I, as a business owner, want to be a part of the chamber?
Absolutely. I can talk specifically about ours, and then I'll talk a little generically about the full chambers. Chambers are members-driven, and they referrals and business-to-business networking and business-to-business communication, so that we have lots of networking events regularly that you can get leads and have business. Our chamber, because I come from the business background, because I come from the nonprofit world, I think I bring something different so that I can sit with you and say, this is a way to promote your business, because I had to do that for my business. And I've been in your chair and I've sat with that. And that's one of the things that we're able to offer. And also we work partnership hand in hand with our city. And where we're located.
Which has got to be super
wonderful to be able to call up the city manager, the mayor anytime and say, hey, let's talk. But our location is amazing. We are in the train station, which I want to talk about.
Oh, really? Okay.
On Main Street and St. Clair Abrams. So we also serve as a tourist center. So we get 40 visitors a week asking for referrals, asking for where to go do their business.
Well, Scott, we need to take a quick break,
Sure.
But when we return, we'll continue our conversation with the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Radio Waves. Again, I'm your host, Kris Poliquin, and this is a production of Red Apples Media. Before the break, we were talking about the Tavares Chamber of Commerce and how it benefits the businesses that actually join. And my guest today is the Executive Director of the Tavares Chamber of Commerce, J. Scott Berry.
Thank you. I love talking about our businesses in Tavares and our chamber. I am so excited. We are experiencing such huge growth and impact, and you really feel like you're making a difference. I have a heart for businesses and business owners, having been one, so I really love the opportunity to help promote them and market them and advocate for them to city government, to county government, to Tallahassee. I love that opportunity, part of my job.
Okay, and now we're talking about members.
Yes.
And we, again, before the break as well, does the chamber benefit people who aren't members?
Absolutely.
I mean,
yes.
Because some people may go, well, I don't know. And what do they do? Why would I want to be a part of that?
Right. We absolutely benefit the whole community, the city council, the city leadership, city administrators. That's why they are so willing to cooperate and work with us. We benefit because part of our mission statement is to create lifetime residency in Tavares and to put on really bold and good events for the community, that it may not necessarily be for the members, for the businesses. It's more for the community, but it gives the businesses opportunities to promote and market and brand awareness who they are. So it benefits everybody. You do, because it is a nonprofit organization. We get no tax dollars, no federal dollars, nothing like that. We get a small grant from the city, but the bulk of our money comes from our members and from membership dues, and also from fundraisers that we do. So it's really important that we do some of those things, but we are so much more than that. But one thing I'll say is, and this is a common misconception, and I hear this when I'm out meeting with members and I'm saying it's time to renew. And they're like, well, I haven't really got anything. I've been a member for a year and I haven't got anything. And I will say to them, and I have no problem, this is my job. And I'll say, okay, Kris, you haven't, but guess what? We do 3 events a month and I haven't seen you in a year. You have to put something in it.
Right.
in order to get something out of it. You have to show up. You have to, and you don't have to come to everything. Nobody has time to come to everything except me because it's my job.
Right.
But nobody can do it all. But get there. Come once a month. Come every other month. Come to a couple of the major events and get your name out there and meet people. I can't do that for you.
Right.
I can provide the opportunities, and I can help, and I can make them quality. I can make them good opportunities. But you got to show up.
Right. It's a team.
Absolutely.
It sounds to me like it's a team building organization.
Yes, it is. We have great relationships with our members, the ones that are very active and engaged. I mean, wonderful, wonderful relationships. We're doing a teacher appreciation event on August 8th for these 400 teachers. And I have had so many of our members give us checks and sponsorships and donate to that event. They care about education, and they realize true economic development starts in education. So they care about this. But we're a family. Our chamber's a family. And it's just like, hey, sister, I need $100. You got it. Here it is.
Right.
And it's a great family to be a part of.
Okay, now that's an event, and I'd like to talk a little bit about
Sure.
some of your events coming
Please.
up.
I'd
But
love
before the break, you were talking about your location specifically.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, you said you're in the actual train station.
We are in the train station at Main and St. Clair Abrams. We're on the front half of the train station. They're on the back. It's a new train company. As I'm sure everybody knows, the Orange Blossom Cannonball left Tavares the end of January.
Yeah, what a drag.
But what a drag, except what we have now, this new tourist train that's coming, is everything and more. Enclosed trains, air conditioned. They're going to have dining cars. They're going to have cars with bars. They're going to do excursions. Really, really excited about them. They're going to be opening here in just a couple months.
Really?
Yeah, very excited about. It's the Royal Palm Railway Experience, and they are the only authorized by Warner Brothers Polar Express train this holiday season. So starting in November, we are going to have the Polar Express in Tavares going out on a couple hours, or it's an hour, and it's a little over an hour, I think, experience all around, bringing 40,000 tourists to Tavares.
Wow.
40,000. They launched the website last week, and so many people were buying tickets online that the website literally crashed. And
really?
It was down for.
So this is absolutely happening.
This is absolutely happening. It's done.
They're selling tickets.
We're selling tickets. Warner Brothers has already approved it. All the contracts are done. Everything's cool. The casts are hired. It's going to happen. This company has done this Polar Express train in other places. They did it in Orlando a year or two ago. So yeah, this is going to be amazing. We're excited about it.
Oh,
My office will
exciting.
be crazy during that time
because
I share the building.
I bet. No, that's awesome. It really is.
Very
because
excited.
For me, the Cannonball Express it became a fixture for its short duration that it was here. It just was something you expected to see.
Yes.
You could be in Tavares. There it was. You saw it leaving.
Next
week, it's coming through Mount Dora. And
right.
You're like, oh, right, I've seen that. It was just, it was unique.
Absolutely.
And added just that little something else to make, I don't want to call them sister cities, but Tavares and Mount Dora just that much more connected. You know?
And this one they're even looking at doing to Eustis, going possibly to Umatilla. They're looking at furthering it out. Like I said, they're going to be doing excursion trains to Orlando. It's going to be really, really cool. It's a great company, and we're very excited about them, welcoming them.
Awesome. Yep. Again, I'm a denizen, so I look forward to stuff like this as well.
Good.
All right, so let's talk about some of the events that you have coming.
Okay, some of the great events that the Tavares Chamber of Commerce does, and the one I really wanted to talk about to the viewers and listeners is November 16th. We do the Taste of Tavares Business Expo. We do this at the Pavilion on the Lake, the gorgeous pavilion that goes out over the lake in Tavares. And last year we had 15 restaurants. We'll have more this year who all do some type of appetizer or a sample of an entree. It's a $35 ticket to get in, and then you get to sample from 15 restaurants. It's a cash bar, and then we have all these businesses who are there as well, showing off their wares and what their business is. Gator Harley-Davidson is going to be there and on this beautiful pier of the pavilion on the lake.
Yeah,
I've gotten permission.
It is.
It's gorgeous. And I've gotten permission that Gator Harley will have a Harley-Davidson motorcycle on the pier to show off what they do and all of the different stuff. So all these businesses you get exposed to as well. And many of them will have door prizes. It's a fun night. We have entertainment. It starts at 6 o'clock at night. Tickets are only $35. And you're talking about more food than you could eat.
Yeah.
And fun and opportunities to, and we'll have everything. We have realtors, insurance, doctors, retail stores, all types of places that are involved in this expo. It sells out. So you want to find out about it. We do a weekly email blast from Tavares Chamber that's called What's Going On in Tavares. You can go to our website, which is very easy, tavareschamber.com.
It doesn't get any easier.
Right. You can go to our website, sign up for our email blast, and then you'll know when tickets go on sale. They'll go on sale sometime around the end of September, but it will sell out, and that's a blast of a night, a fun night. Another event we have that's coming up sooner is September 15th is our annual Business of the Year Gala and Awards Night. The Chamber gives out awards for Small Business of the Year, Medium Business of the Year, Entrepreneur of the Year, Humanitarian of the Year, those type of things. So
Wow.
that's our awards night. That's our fun night. And we get together and celebrate the success of the Chamber and celebrate each other's success as businesses are growing and succeeding and winning these awards.
Yeah, and again, it's that making a community out of a community.
Absolutely.
You know, you can work right next door to somebody for 15 years and never say more than good morning and good night.
Right.
You know?
But no, we have a real community and a camaraderie amongst our members. They're very happy to be there. They love coming to the monthly networking events that we have 3 each month. And we have a good time while we do business.
And so you have 3 networking events each month. Are they
Yes.
always the same, or they change up? Is
They-
it something you can count
Yep.
on, set your calendar to?
The locations may change on a couple of them, but the dates are the same. The second Thursday of every month, we will have a business after hours. The business after hours is 5:30 to 7 o'clock. It's just, think of it like a cocktail party.
Okay.
A few complimentary beverages, some complimentary hors d'oeuvres, some door prizes, and an opportunity to just hang out in a casual setting and meet people and network and have an experience. It's not just about passing out business cards.
Right.
It's about having an experience and having a discussion with somebody. And that rotates. It's on our website. It rotates from place to place at different business locations every month. Then on the third Tuesday of the month, we have a networking lunch, which is an opportunity for everybody to get up and give their elevator speech. And then, again, you're at a small table, 4 to 6 people, again, for lunch, having a experience and getting to know people. That rotates from restaurant to restaurant, and that's on our website. That's the third Tuesday of every month at noon. And then the fourth Wednesday of every month is our big event, our big monthly event. Most chambers do a big breakfast. We do a luncheon. Tavares just has its own flavor. It's its own feel. And they don't want to get up real early.
Right.
So on the fourth Wednesday of every month at the Civic Center, we have a sponsored luncheon. We will have guest speakers. August 23rd, our sponsor is Avalon Park Village. I'm just going to put a little plug there because that's a whole nother radio show, Chris. It's
Sure.
Avalon Park Village.
Okay.
It is a city being built within our city. And
Really?
it is going to be amazing. So that luncheon, it's catered every month by a different caterer. And Main Street Diners catering it in August. And it's $15 for members, $20 for non-members. We had Diane Cornegie, the new school superintendent, at our June luncheon. A packed house, packed house. And it was a lot of good knowledge. So it's a good speaker, good food, and good opportunity to, again, have an experience with people that you don't know who are in your business community. That's our 3 main networking opportunities. We also are doing right now, in partnership with Gator Harley-Davidson, a Gator Crawl pub crawl on the third Thursday of every night. It's $5 for a wristband, and you get $1 off your drinks at all of the bars and restaurants in Tavares.
Wow. And real quick, because we're about out of time.
I'm sure.
What's your website again so people can get more info?
TavaresChamber.com.
Well, Scott, thank you so much for being
Thank
my
you.
guest today.
This has been great.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And that wraps it up for today. I'm your host, Kris Poliquin. We'll see you next time.